the way back from Fort McMurray. Uh, well, we thought we had an uneventful trip, even though that it was cold and we didn't want to admit that we were freezing our manhood off. It was kind of cool. Before we left, the owner of the casino, the major portion of the owner of the casino there, she's the major stockholder, Gwen, her name is, she's a beautiful lady, and she took us and showed us Fort McMurray, and I got to go see the oil sands, and I stuck my hand in the oil sands, and I shouldn't have done that because it took me 5 days to even get it resembling a hand again. But it was cool. It was a good experience. We did a great job, she said, and she was very happy. We're welcome back there anytime. If I went back there, I'd probably fly, like I said before, but it was kind of cool. Before we left, if you go to Fort McMurray's Boomtown Casino, you're going to see all these pictures on the wall. And there's these huge stars. You know, there's Willie Nelson and Kenny Rogers and Toby Keith, all these big guys. And then there's Motongator Joe stuck in the middle of them. And of course, there's plaques or little things saying what date all these big stars came. And my plaque says, the only entertainer to ever drive his tour bus to Fort McMurray to perform. Not that I'm a great country singer or anything, but it was kind of cool. At least I got the picture up there, and I feel like I set a world record, and I'm sure I did. And I don't think anybody's going to be able to top that. On the way back, though, we were cruising, and somewhere between Edmonton and Red Deer, a truck pulled up next to us, and it was about 3:30 in the morning, and they were beeping the horn, and I just waved. A lot of people waved at the bus, and I thought, that's pretty cool. Some people know who we are. Anyways, they kept on waving and waving, and they're dudes, so it's like, I was about if it was girls, I'd say, guys, take a look at this. But it wasn't. Anyways, they turned their dome light on, and they were pointing at the bus, and they were pointing back. Anyways, so I pulled over, because they wanted us to pull over. Well, anywho, my trailer broke in half behind the bus, and apparently I was shooting a rooster tail of sparks about 50 yards in the air for the past mile and a half, and upon inspection, it wasn't going anywhere. The thing was just bent and dragging. And luckily those guys pulled me over, because we would have lost tens of thousands of dollars worth of beautiful JBLPA on the side of the road, and behind it's like towing marshmallows behind the bus. You don't feel it. And anyways, they were nice enough to help us fix it, and they owned a fracking company just on the next exit, so we went over there, and they hooked us up, and they fixed it, and they had all their engineers working on it, and they called the factory that the trailer was made in, and I thought that was great. And it was a couple-day process, and we had a couple days before the show in Calgary, but they were nice enough to fix it up there, and it was pretty cool. And I said, well, what do I owe you? And they said, well, we got about 20 people in the shop here today. What do you say, 20 t-shirts and 20 CDs? How's that sound? I said, that sounded like a pretty good deal to me. So that was an interesting trip on the way back. That's not the whole story, but that's between Fort McMurray and our next gig. Our next gig's kind of interesting too, and that's in Red Deer. I never thought I'd see the day where the highways would be shut down because of 4 inches of snow in Canada, but I'll tell you that story some other time.